Well, hello, everyone. My name is Marissa Lopez. I'm an instructional technology coordinator here at MISD, and today we're going to talk about using AI to improve your STAAR writing. If you are not subscribed to our newsletter, please take a picture of that QR code or scan the QR code, and you will be subscribed to our technology newsletter. Also, if you haven't registered in Eduphoria, go ahead and do so to earn credit. And if you'd like to follow us on X or Twitter, you can also scan the QR code and that'll take you to our Twitter page. This is our agenda for today's training. So we are going to go over some AI disclaimers and a checklist that we go over before we promote any artificial intelligence applications, and then our MISD board approved policy, the materials that you'll need for this training or to do this with your students. If possible, we'll be able to set up our chatbots, but I will share one with you so that you can have access to my chatbot and then you can edit it to meet your needs. And then I will show you how to implement this with your students. Please scan this QR code and I'll have it at the end of the presentation as well so that you will have a copy of all of the steps that I'm walking you through and you can look at that at any time when you're ready to get started in your class. Okay, disclaimer, anytime that you use AI, just keep in mind that you have to check for accuracy. AI has a thing called hallucination, so sometimes it comes out with the wrong information. So always verify that the content that you are requesting from AI is accurate. And it does have a disclaimer for your students as well. So just also let them know that just because it is an AI tool, it can have mistakes. Okay, so the platform that we're using today is going to be called Magic School AI, and we chose this one as the one to pilot. So before, we didn't have any tools for students to use AI with, but it does have a DPA. It does follow COPA and FERPA. They do not sell the data that you are using and your students are using inside of Magic School AI. They do not store the memory. It does have accessibility features, so this is why we chose to use Magic School AI as our pilot for students exploring artificial intelligence. Okay, and our board approved policy does state that students and staff can explore AI. So as of this week, we have opened up this tool. If you decide that you're using it and you decide that you do not like it or you have any comments about it or you actually love it, please let us know because you guys are the ones that are using it and with your students, and it helps give us feedback on whether we should keep these products or not. Okay, so this is what you will need in order to use AI to rate your students' writing. You will need to download a STAAR writing rubric. So whatever grade level you are, whatever subject, if you just search it online and download the rubric, you have to have it saved to your computer so that you can upload it to the chatbot. Okay, you will need a Magic School AI account. So if you have not used one, just go to magicschool.ai and then log in with your Google account, which is your Midland ISD email. And it will give you a free trial for the first few days, but the student side is free. So don't worry about that part because you'll still be able to use this on the free version. Okay, your students will need their Chromebooks and headphones are optional. It has several different voices that the students can choose from if they choose to have it read to them. Because sometimes the chatbot produces a lot of text, and if the students can just have it read it to them, they can get the feedback that they need in an easier way of reading. But if not, that's just an option, so you don't have to use the headphones. And then the last thing you'll need is a text and a prompt. So Lead Forward has several years back of different text and prompts from previous years. So I would go on there and download one, save it to your computer, and then it's hard to highlight the prompt. So you might have to type that out separately because it doesn't let you copy and paste, but you will need both of those items. And the prompt is basically like what the students are going to write about after they read the text. Okay. In this presentation, I did share some links to different rubrics. So if this is one of your grade levels, then if you copy the presentation, you can just click on one of these STAAR 3 through 5 or grade 6 English and click on that, and then it'll take you to the website that has those rubrics, and then you would just download it from there. Okay. I will show you the entire presentation and then we'll go live. And then if you have questions, please ask. But when you do get into Magic School AI, the first thing that you'll do is click on Launch to Students. There is a little Magic Student tab at the top right, but that's not where we want to start. We're actually going to start in Launch to Students. And then you'll click Launch a New Room. And you'll give it a title, your grade level, and then it goes up to 250 students, but you can change that to however many students are in your class. Okay. There are several tools. Once you get in there, you're going to notice that there's so many different tools. You can send more than one. You can send several of these tools to your students, but it's best to start with one. So the one that we're using to rate the STAAR writing is going to be called Custom Chatbot. So you're going to click Add. Okay, it turns green, and then you have to click Next before you can customize it. So it's not ready. Just because you clicked add the custom chatbot, it's not ready to send to your students. You do have to customize. And you only get that word customize after clicking next. And this is what it looks like once you click next. You give it a name, a description, different voices that you can choose from, the grade level, and then here's the most important part, instructions for your chatbot. Now I'm going to share a resource that I used. Okay. So here I have something, if you're not good at prompting, I will share this finalized one with you so that you can have it as well, because it's really important to prompt your chatbot to be very precise in what you want it to do. So I used a prompting tool to help me make this better, but I wanted to create a custom chatbot that's going to rate the students' writing, actually give them a score with a rubric that I upload. Okay, I wanted to provide feedback on how to improve, because that's why we're using this tool, is to improve their writing and improve their scores. I want the feedback to be short and concise, because sometimes when you use AI, it gives you a huge, large text, and that's very overwhelming. If you're asking, what did I score, and it gives you a huge, long essay to read, I don't want my chatbot to do that. So I actually am asking it to create a short and concise feedback to not overwhelm the student. Okay, and also easy to understand. So sometimes it gives large text. I just want it to be simple, easy to understand feedback. I put that it can never write the essay or a short constructed response. And also the chatbot will stay within these parameters. Okay, and I also included to give positive feedback. So you can decide how you want your chatbot to act and do, or what you want it to be like for your students. But my source gave me this long list of parameters. Then this is what I actually uploaded into my custom chatbot. Okay, and this is the one I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share that in the chat. When you get this, it'll give you a copy of it, and all you have to do is edit what I did to fit your needs for your grade level. Remove my STAAR rubric and add the one you uploaded. So however you want to use it, but that one's already made, ready to go. Okay. And then down here, the knowledge optional, here's where you're going to upload that PDF from Lead Forward, the text that you want them to read, and also you're going to upload the rubric. So you'll need to upload those two. And if you see my example, it'll already be in there. You just have to change them out. Okay, then you click Next. Okay, and this is a way, once you create one with your team, let's say, for example, if your team is creating a custom chatbot and then your coworker has a really good one that gives really good feedback, it's really great, the kids are really loving this chatbot, and then the one you created isn't as detailed, it doesn't give the best feedback, then you can actually share with each other. So all you have to do is click on the three dots after you make it. You have to change it from private to public, it'll give you a link, and that link is the one that you can send out to your coworkers. Okay. And similar to how I sent it to you in the chat, once you open it, it's going to ask you if you want to add this template for yourself. And it'll go ahead and add it to a room for you. And then you will be able to send that to your students. And none of the things that the other teacher did with their kids will transfer over. So it'll be kind of a clean slate. But there is a way that you can share templates with each other. Okay. And the best part is that all you have to do is send this out to your students through Google Classroom. It opens up your classes, pick the one you want to send it to, and all within Magic School AI. You do not have to leave, it's already there. Once your students log in, they will see a Use Magic School Responsibly acknowledgement. They tend to click I acknowledge without reading it, so we highly recommend that you either log in as a student and take this little clip and read it to them, and maybe do this before they actually go in to Magic School AI, and go ahead and let them know that the teacher can see everything. So all of the threads, everything they type, all of the questions, all of the interactions are saved. Okay, and it will actually flag them if they're getting off topic or talking about something else. Let them know that it's just a tool. If they're using it for math, it can give incorrect answers. So let them know that it's not always going to be right. More than likely it will be, but there is room for error. And then just read this to them and let them know that you're able to see what they do on there. Okay. Another tip I have is once your chatbot is ready to go, if you're using the one I sent out or you create your own, please share this resource with your students. Let them know that this is a place for them to chat back and forth with the chatbot. So sometimes they will type out their response, and it's important for them to ask, can you rate my writing? What did I score? How can I improve? So these are some examples of things that the student can actually ask the chatbot. And the chatbot will give this feedback. If the chatbot gives too much feedback, let the student know that they can ask, like, what do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying. So it's kind of like a conversation, because it will respond to what they're asking, and edit what they've said. So these are just some tips I have. If you have some better ones that your students are using to get feedback from the chatbot, also share that with us, because we would love to know what's working in the classroom. Okay, and let's say after you allow your students to log in, type their responses, chat with the chatbot, you can pause, or you can lock, or you can delete the room. Okay, they will stay open. So if your child or your student has one in Google Classroom that you sent out a week ago, they can go back and open it. So just know that you can close the rooms, lock the rooms, pause the rooms, and then delete the rooms. Okay, and also on the three dots, that's where you can share the templates you make as well. I do want to show you 2 examples of student work once they've chatted with a chatbot. So it does give you feedback and a general overview of feedback. It tells you if they were engaged, what they talked about, but then you can actually click into it and actually read the entire thread. So I want to show you that too. Let's see. Okay. If you haven't created an account, you'll get like a free trial at the beginning, but even though that ends, it'll still work when you send this out to your student. Okay. So here, if you want to read the thread, you just click on the room that you used. It'll tell you how many students logged in. Okay. Here it has the entire thread, and I want you to see what it looks like. Okay. So here it says, I'm your STAAR writing coach. I'm here to help you. Okay, here's my parameters and my upload, what I uploaded. Okay, so the student wrote their response and they asked, what would be my score on the STAAR? So this is the part that's important. The student needs to interact and ask questions. And based on the rubric, it scored a 1. Okay. And then, so here you just kind of see what it looks like and if there's anything. Oh, so here, like for example, can you score my writing and they spelled it incorrectly? The chatbot will still be able to understand. This is a user named Alexandria. She ended up making a 3 after many attempts, but it did improve her score. Okay, here's another example of another chatbot or another character chatbot. This one was one that was already created. You didn't have to customize it, but you can. And it just kind of gives you a little summary of what the student said. Okay. And here is the copy of the presentation. And just to kind of walk you through the steps, I'm going to go ahead and pause here for questions. Audrey, do you have any questions?
So the only question that I'm thinking with my third graders is, what if you have kiddos that, is there any sort of thing where like it does where they talk and then it types for them, or do they have to do all the typing?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me see if I go back. And I'm wondering if in the little box, well, let me go to my Google Classroom because I have one there. When you click inside the box, will it let you do that? Okay, so here I'm going to log in as a student. Okay, here's what they'll acknowledge, and then the little tool we sent out. Because I know some Chromebooks do have a way to type text. If not, I'm wondering if they can type through like Google Docs, type out their message and then copy and paste. Let me share this tab. It's not showing. Okay, so for example here, oh, it does. That's a great question, Audrey. Thank you for asking that. So it does have a mic, yes. Any other question?
Not right now.
Well,
Just have to get
if
in
you
there.
yeah, if you launch it to your students or you need help with it, let me know and I can come by. Um,
Okay.
and we can upload the rubrics together and whatever you pull from Lead Forward, we can help set that up. And I'd like to see it in action in your class if you invite me.
So you
Uh-huh.
have to have the rubric and the lead forward document?
I would because the chatbot will read the story and it'll tell the student
Oh,
why they're not receiving a 4 because it'll say,
okay.
okay, they're asking for evidence from paragraphs 1 and 2, and in
Mm-hmm.
paragraphs 1 and 2 it mentions this, so that's a tip on how to get a higher score. So it will read the story that the student is supposed to read also. Yes.
But it could be like a text from like an old STAAR released assessment, couldn't it?
Yes. Anything you upload, and then you can make your own prompt. You can ask it. So in your custom chatbot, you would say the students are supposed to answer this. So I would include
Okay.
that in your little custom chatbot,
Okay.
and that way it'll know what the students are supposed to write and what they were supposed to have read. Hmm.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for coming. I'll see
Thank
you
you.
soon. Bye.
Bye.